Okay, so we've marked where we want to make our cut for our remote. Let's go cut that out. Okay, I want to do a very precise job, so I'm going to try a little carpenter's knife. If not, at least we can score it. Okay. Okay, gone around once, now let's just keep scoring until we break through. Okay, not going to bore you with the details, but ended up trying several items and used this knife. Okay, we're just about good. The wire exits to the right, so let's push it in. Want to make sure it's tight, because it's got to stay in there. Good deal. Don't think it's going anywhere. Next, we're going to go ahead and mount our switch. So we're going to put a little power switch. I'm going to put it right about here for the stereo. So let's get that drilled. Throw a piece of wood under it to block it up. Easy as that. I tried a hole saw, but I didn't have the right size, so I'm using a 3/4 inch. That should be good. Let's get it lined up. Okay. And we're in. So we got our switch on. Now we'll start our wiring and finish up the project. Okay, we're going to work on our next step. So we're going to solder some extensions onto these cables. So we've got our power and ground, and I don't have the same color codes because I don't really want to go to the store, so we'll make do. So what we're going to do is fan these out a little bit. Okay. So we're going to have blue be our power. Actually, before I do that, let me throw some heat shrink on. Now we're going to marry them together, twist, and then solder. So we'll get our soldering iron out. Let's see if we can zoom. We'll heat up a little solder, turn the iron up a bit. Okay. Should give us a nice solid connection. Let's do that the same with our ground wire. So we're going to do our heat shrink right here. Let's get it in the frame, focus. Don't want to burn it, but just hit it. Okay. That one is good to go. Alright, let's get our ground wire. I think I will change these, but I do want to get this installed for now and see how it sounds. We're extended. Okay, now we're going to run our wire straight down the main harness and under this shroud with the rest of the wires. So now that we've got these wires ran down here, we'll need to run them up. Okay, got power, got ground. Now let's find out where those come out. Okay, both wires are in the battery compartment. Let's see, we will have to run one more for the ground, or excuse me, for the switch. So let's find the wire and pull that as well. Okay, we have one more wire to run. It's the amplifier switch wire. Okay, so we've got all of our wires ran to the back. Now let's just run the switch wire under here and up. So we'll start on our zip ties. We'll get it tied down here to the existing wire, cart wiring. Don't cut any wires, I'll tell you that. Okay, so those wires are cut. So let's work on this wiring. So we've got our amp turn on, our switch wire. So we're going to crimp this. Excuse me, we're going to strip that. Okay. And then we've got our wire down here. We're going to strip that just a nip more. Okay, like so. Now what we'll do is we will crimp these quick connectors onto the wires. So these two will go to the switch. I'm not going to ground it out. I could have the lighted option that way, but I'd rather not waste the battery. Okay, now let's crimp the other wire. A little quick connect on that. Okay, so we are good to go. So now let's work on our wiring, and we're getting pretty close. So this will actually go to the back of that switch, so I'll leave that up there. Let's get our blue wire pulled. That will go up to where the switch will go. Let's get the amp mounted. Let's see if we need to pre-drill these or if they'll just go in. Oh, no, they self-tap just enough in that plastic. Let's get to the wiring. Let's plug in our main cable, kind of the umbilical cord. Let's pull our speaker wire. So we're going to have the white and black speaker wires. Okay. And then we'll have, and that's the front left, and then the front right is gray and black. So we got gray and black. Okay, we'll pull those out of the loom here. So I'm just going to throw these down there. And then the white and black would be the front left then. So we're going to go ahead and tidy this up. Just get this nicely raveled. We'll do this to the wires we're using, but since we really don't need these 4 wires, they'll be separate. Let's tuck those down. Cut our excess. Good. Okay. So we're mounted. We've got our wiring for power complete. Got our switch wiring. Now we're going to wire for the remote. Okay, first let's get our remote mounted. Actually, probably didn't even need, we didn't even need a power switch because all you have to do is push the SRC button and turn it off. It is nice to have a switch to know your battery doesn't get drained though, but that was a thought that didn't come across. Well, we can always use the switch for something else. Funny part is I ordered the switch and waited for 2 days to work on the project for them. So That was a waste. Well, just had to make you guys wait a little bit. Okay, our control is mounted. So we're going to feed the remote wire. So now we can put our cup holders back. Make sure we're not pinching any wires. So I just mounted the cup holders back. I haven't put the screws in yet, or the nuts, but we've got our nice remote mounted. So we've got our speaker wire ran to about our kick panel area, and we've got a rat's nest. So some of it we've already cleaned up, but let's work on cleaning the remote wire up, get it plugged in, throw some speakers on, and listen.